Dave, off the back of a really busy schedule and heading into another really busy schedule soon, how important are these 3 weeks now that you have with the players?
Really important. Like I said after the game on Saturday, it's almost a 2 week sort of intake of breath, which allows us to top up the ones that need topping up, recover as best as possible the ones that need the recovery, get some players back or closer to fitness, and keep on top of the ones that just need keeping on top of. Combine that with the pretty awful cold weather snap that we've had, it becomes more difficult, but it has come at an important time for us. Like I say, you go through the schedule we did, which was really, really demanding. All of a sudden, a couple of Saturdays, straight into what the Christmas schedule looks like, which again, everyone knows what it brings. It's an important time of the year. It's a brilliant time of the year, and getting the balance right between winning football matches and making sure your home life's nice and enjoyable, and spending time with family and friends, and for the ones who've got young kids, obviously it's a special as well. Becomes really, really important. So we can now look towards that and make sure we go into that run in a really good place.
2 great results in your last 2 league games as well. Big games against rival sides at a sold out Edgeley Park. It's the challenge now to back that up away from home in front of a smaller crowd in a game maybe where you are going in as favourites in not so good weather as well. Is that the challenge now?
Yeah, of course it's the challenge, but I think the challenge is there anyway. Our away form has been okay, been decent. We've got too many draws if we want to be really, really critical. But we go into it in a good place. The challenge is, regardless of whether we'd won our last 2 games or what those games entailed, will be exactly the same. You're away from home against a team that are close to the bottom of the table, but really makes no difference. They've won their last 2 games, one in the league, one in the cup, and draw the game previous to that. Change of management, a manager has moved on and the assistant has sort of stepped up. Slightly changed tactically as to what they do, but like I said previously, it doesn't really matter about them. I'm concerned, or my big concern is around what we do, and if we produce the consistency of attitude that we have shown in the last 2 games over 90 minutes, and have that consistency of performance throughout the 90 minutes in the game, then I think we have a good chance of winning. But we've seen what this league has brought over the first 3 months. Anything can happen, anybody can beat anybody. So we've got to make sure that we're at our best. If we're at our best, then we have a chance of winning.
What was it that pleased you the most about those 2 performances, if you could pinpoint one thing? Was it the attitude? Yeah, but not. That's probably. I don't want that to sound like that our attitude had been off in other games. I just think we looked like a Stockport County side. Just that front foot nature of everything we did, and they were different performances. Not a back to the wall performance by any means against Bolton, but with less possession, 40% possession I think, but really, really efficient up the top end of the pitch, created lots of chances, took them chances, to then the Wrexham game where more control in the game, and more possession, but still didn't move away from the fact that we created lots of chances, lots of opportunities to scored one, and if we're being critical, should have scored more, but it looked like I felt like it looked like one of my teams, which is the most important bit, and that's what we have to stick to, and that's about making good decisions, not being one-dimensional. The big thing around us that we get from, I suppose, feedback from other teams and other management teams over the past couple of years when we've been in the divisions that we've won, is that we have the ability to, I suppose, have a little bit of everything. The ability to play forward off a front man, the ability to penetrate and run in behind, the ability to play round, and the ability to play through. That still doesn't change. I just felt we needed to be better at that this season. I think we've seen better in the last couple of games. That's only better. There's still improvement to come, and we've got to make sure we back that up and continue to improve. We only get to show that improvement
at times once a week on a Saturday, at times twice a week on a Saturday and Tuesday. That still doesn't take away from the work that happens here. We get to see it every day. I suppose my frustration at the start of the season was that wasn't translating into what all of our supporters saw on a Saturday consistently over 90 minutes. I think we did in the last couple of games.
And you have, in fairness, been very consistent with that in terms of focusing more, I suppose, on performances than results, even when you won those first 3 games earlier in the season. Does it feel like things are starting to click now, moving forward?
I think it seems like we're seeing, and we've got real clarity and real alignment around what we want, and maybe there's a little bit of confusion in that. And like I say, we have to own that. A new group who will take on board messages and maybe misinterpret them at times, and sometimes there needs to be learning around in winning games and in drawing games and in losing games, which there has been. I think there's now more of an understanding of what it looks like because we've been able to, I suppose, reinforce that by showing the bits of the last couple of performances that have gone really, really well, but also highlighting the bits that haven't gone so well. There's still, like I said, still improvement to come on that, and we've got to make sure we take that forward, and that will be regardless of what results look like. I said after the game on Saturday, and if we'd have conceded a late goal, of course everyone would have been devastated, and we'd have looked at that and gone, "Oh, we should have won the game. We had chances. We never took them chances." I'd have been all right. I'd have been all right with that because we bounced back and showed a real response to the Wycombe disappointment, which was brilliant. No one saw that coming. We backed that up with a really, really good performance. And when you play well, you want to get 3 points. That goes without saying. That's probably not happened on a couple of occasions this season. But if it hadn't happened, I can live with that because there was really, really good signs. And if we continue to show them really good signs, then over the medium term, them results will take care of themselves. They will go in our favour more often than not. And that gives us a good chance of either improving where we are on the table or at least staying where we are on the table. And that's the importance of everyone.
In terms of team news, you obviously welcome Ibby back from international duty this weekend. But just to, I suppose, echo what you were saying last Friday now, every player's got a job on their hands now to earn the place in this team.
And that's always been the case. And there'll still be some players within the squad that will feel they've not had their, or a big enough opportunity, maybe in the position that they see as their best. And like I say, we can only apologise for that. But if the players we've got, look at the change. So Ibby plays in a 5-0 win and goes away on international duty, loses his place, and then has a struggle to get back in the squad. That's going to be the case, whether that's through injury, suspension, whatever, international duty, loss, whatever it might be. Football works in a way that, in the majority of cases, if you play in a game and the team perform well and you win, then there's a really, really good chance that unless something drastic happens, that you keep the place the next game. And I've said it over the past few years, really, our ideal would be that we can just rinse and repeat and say, same team, same subs, go and win again. Same team, same subs, go and win again. That's never the case. That's when the strength of our squad hopefully will benefit us. The players who aren't in the squad need to make sure when their opportunities come out, they take them. And almost just rubber stamp that they are, in their eyes, a valuable member of the squad and go and perform when the chances come about. Be that as a sub, be that as starting a game in a different competition, or be that an opportunity coming in a league game and having to go and all of a sudden you've got the shirt to make sure you keep hold of that for as long as possible.
Callum Camp's back in training this week. Is he available for Saturday, or do you look more towards that FA Cup game in a week's time?
Bit of both. Is he available for Saturday? Yes. Do we look further down the line? Probably yes, a little bit. We'll make a decision where all of a sudden up to pretty good numbers. Like I say, over this period of sort of, it was like 8 games in a 4.5 week block. We only really lost Tyler from that with his injury. But we've had Maka back, we've had Rydell back, we've had Campsey coming back now, and others not too far away. So squad's strong, squad's healthy-ish, still bringing some players back and getting them back up to full speed in terms of reducing the risk because there is still risk involved, when, especially with Maka and Ryan, when you've been out for so long. And hopefully we can navigate through the next period as we have done in the previous one.
Just finally on Burton, you mentioned already a lot of upheaval, a lot of change over the summer there, new owners, new manager, new way of playing. They've obviously now changed the manager as well. Does that make it difficult to know quite what to expect going there on Saturday?
No, not really. Like I say, I'm on the pro licence with Rob, who was the previous manager, and spoke with him quite a lot over the summer around him going in and stuff. And unfortunately, he's lost his job. I don't think that changes massively what they do. They've not brought in a new manager yet. His assistant sort of taken over, so there's similar messages. They've just tweaked the shape slightly, but ever so slightly, but principles still remain the same. Try and be possession based, try and play through, try and rotate into different areas. We've got to challenge that as best as we can and be front foot, and expect it to look like that. But as with every game you play, almost expect the unexpected. Make sure we're prepared to assess what's going on, adapt and act in a way that gives us the best chance of getting 3 points, and from our perspective back up 2 really good performances with another good performance. And if that good performance happens and we don't get 3 points, then again that'll be disappointing, but it'll be all right, because as I said, if we can continue to do that, then over the course of the season we'll win more games than we lose.
Appreciate your time, Dave. Thank you.
Welcome. Cheers. Thank you.